Hi guys, Sarah here and welcome to Novel Expectations. Today I'm going to discuss with you how I rate books. So, I've seen other people do this video and I thought because I've been on here for a bit and every week I essentially post a weekly wrap-up giving you my reviews and ratings, that it would be a nice idea to maybe let you guys know what I mean when I'm rating a book. So, I wrote some notes down here because I know in my head how I'm rating them and why I'm rating them and what the star ratings mean, but just so I could be a little bit more precise for you guys, I thought I'd write them down, so you'll have to bear with. So, 1-star ratings. I rate my books, I should backtrack just a little bit, I rate my books almost like a teacher would grade papers. A, B, C, D, there's no E, I go right to F. So, for my 1-star books, books that might rate a 1-star are actually an F. They are a failure. And I now do actually half-star ratings as well. So it goes from 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, etc. As I go through these, I will let you guys know what they all mean. But essentially, a 1-star review is an F book to me, and it means I did not finish. But I did not finish it at less than 50% of the book completed. I know, I'm getting really specific, but the way I figured, if a book couldn't even hold my attention to the halfway point, and I DNF'd it, it's a 1-star rating. I do still rate it, and I still actually give reasons. I know a lot of people do not rate DNF books, but I think it's a good idea to do so along with giving a review, because the reasons that I didn't like that book might be the reasons that somebody else loved that book. So if I come on here and say, you know, I was reading book XYZ, and I didn't finish it, but here's the reasons why, you know, then maybe somebody else can go, hey, that actually sounds interesting. Maybe I'll give it a try, and maybe they'll like it. So, that's 1 star. 1.5 star, I consider to be a D-, meaning I still DNF'd the book, but it was at the over 50% portion. I figure at that point, the book held my attention long enough to get me to the halfway point, but maybe after that something happened. Something fell flat. I don't know. Something, it's happened before, and it probably is going to happen again with the amount of books that I read, that I just did not like it and could not push myself to finish the book. So essentially it got a D-. The next one is a 2-star rating, and it is a D classification. I finished it, but I didn't like it. You know, it's not something that I would run out and tell people to read. It was okay for what it was, but again, I would give reasons as to why I didn't like the story. I always like to back up my reviews or my ratings with reasons why, which I think is only fair. It's constructive criticism, essentially. So a 2.5 star is a C-. Again, I finished it. I didn't hate it, but it wasn't that great. But it was didn't quite rate a 3-star, but it wasn't a 2-star. And that's the way my half-star ratings go, is that it's right there, and I just can't force myself to give it a 3-star, but it's not bad enough for a 2. You guys understand what I'm saying. 3.5 star. I did 3-star, right? 3-star. Sorry. 3-star book is a C rating. It means it wasn't bad. It was okay. It was average. I mean, it held my attention. I liked the characters. You know, it was okay. Would I run out and recommend it? Probably not. But it served the purposes. It kept me entertained. A 3.5 star is a B-. So now we're getting a little bit better. I liked it, and there are certain people that I may recommend it to. For example, if it's a romance novel, and I have friends who like romance novels, I might say to them, guys, now, I'll be honest, this wasn't the best story ever, but it was a lot of fun and you may want to read it. So, something like that. And, you know, a lot of my books tend to get 3 or 3.5 star ratings. 4 stars was a B, and it was a good book. It was very enjoyable. You guys know a 4-star review book. Something that you really, really enjoyed, but there was just something in it that you couldn't give it 5 stars, or even 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars is an A-. Not quite a 5-star book. There was something that was lacking in the book, or it may have even been my frame of mind at the time of reading it. We all know that, guys. Reading is based a lot on your mood. If you are having a really crap week, and you're reading something that's really lighthearted, you might not like it. You may think the main character's annoying because she's so bright and cheerful, but then you go back in 6 months and read it again when you're in a much better mood and can absolutely appreciate it, and your rating changes. So that's why I like the half-star ratings too, because it can go either way. So, like I said, 4.5 stars is an A-. And last but not least, a 5-star review. I love this book. I will wax poetically about this book. I will put this book on my favorite shelf, possibly reread it again. It is a book that I would recommend to anybody, no matter what their reading tastes are. I'd say this is a really good book and you need to read it. Within reason. My husband reads nothing but Star Wars. If I read a 5-star romance novel, I'm not going to recommend that to him. So you guys know what I'm saying. So based on all that, for me to recommend a book to people, it either has to rate a 4, 4.5, or 5-star review for me. 3.5s to 3s, I'll recommend, like I said, to people who like that genre. But 4, 4.5s, and 5s are pretty much more generalized, that I think can appeal to a wider range of, a wider audience, essentially. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Please post in the comments below what kind of rating system that you use. Do you use Goodreads rating system? And do you agree and think that maybe Goodreads needs to put half-star reviews in there? Because that would be fantastic. Anyway, guys, until my next video, take care and happy reading. Bye.